we've got basketball action at the AT&T Center. We're in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Spurs, live on 2K Sports. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. On the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. Two big-time teams, powerhouse ball clubs facing off here, Doris. These are the games, even as a broadcaster, that brings special energy, not to the broadcast, but to the game overall, fans and us included.
I think for players, for fans, for broadcasters, the schedule comes out initially, right? And the first thing you do is you look down over the calendar and you circle certain dates. And today, that's one of those days.
We get juiced just like the fans do, don't we?
Oh, no question about it. There's a different energy in the building tonight.
Absolutely. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Cleveland, Love and Thompson, the hard rebounding post pair. Sharpshooters Irving and J.R. Smith are the backcourt duo. And it's James in at the 3 slot. Now here is Smith after the miss from Pau Gasol. Smith, the pass to LeBron, launches it, tips it up, and there's Thompson putting it right back in.
Thompson, he has such a low, wide base. He is near impossible to fully box out.
Parker outside, and stolen by James. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. A putback, and Love with the second chance points.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Now, here's Parker. Gasol kicks to Leonard. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on LeBron James.
Well, going into the 2011 draft, the Spurs said it was a tough decision to trade away George Hill in exchange for the pick that became Kawhi Leonard. No remorse on that one now, though. Once again, the Spurs struck gold as Kawhi has developed into a true superstar.
And he makes the first. And with Kawhi Leonard, who is high school Mr. California basketball, interesting to look, Greg, at all the things he's done. Looking back and realize he was only lightly recruited coming out of high school.
Yeah, and he committed early to San Diego State and stuck with them once the bigger schools came calling. The ankles were an issue. I think that might have caused his draft stock to fall a bit in 2011. Only ended up going 15th in that draft, but in hindsight, probably the best player from that class.
Now here's Irving. Back to LeBron. To the middle. Out to Smith. Cleveland moving the ball around. And last season, LeBron hinted that he might like to team up with Carmelo Anthony, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul. Said he'd like to take a pay cut to do it. And Doris, what do you make of those comments?
Well, I think, Kevin, it's easy to understand why that might rub his Cleveland teammates the wrong way. You know, if that's what he wants, you'd think the best way to handle that might be behind the scenes. But it was a hypothetical presented to LeBron.
And LeBron James achieving the highlight of his career, helping lead the Cavs to their first title in franchise history, and Cleveland's first title in over 50 years. Really hard to overstate what it meant to the city and his legacy.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
LeBron continues to excel at shooting a high percentage from the charity stripe. The defense would rather avoid sending him there.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
If you're the coach, you hope it's a wake-up call. Get them to tighten things up on the inside and start protecting the rim with a little bit more authority.
Here's James following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And there's been a lot of negativity, Greg, directed LeBron's way. Cavs fans who felt betrayed when he left, analysts who questioned his greatness. What does that 2016 title now do to them?
I think it changes a lot, especially for those in Cleveland. For the analysts who questioned LeBron's place in history, I think his 2 titles in Miami had already done a lot to cement his reputation. The 2016 title should remove that as an argument.
Irving kicks to James. Shot clock at 6. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
He just didn't have enough strength to complete that shot.
Over in the corner, Green. Dishes it to Leonard. Parker kicks to Gasol. Shoots from the baseline, and it's good for 2.
And Gasol excels from that mid-range area. If you leave him open from there, you're going to pay the price.
Outside Irving. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Love. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
I mean, easily prevented points if they just attacked the boards the way they should have.
Now, here's Parker. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And you know, it's interesting. The classy LaMarcus Aldridge, first drafted by Chicago, then the rights traded to the Portland Trail Blazers. You know, Greg, he was seen as a complimentary piece initially to their stars, but by the time he left, many wondered also, he's now a superstar, but could he embrace a smaller role, especially a smaller scoring role with the San Antonio Spurs?
And it shows how far he came during his time in Portland. Last season, some of the lowest minutes and points per game of his career, but he was efficient, rebounded and blocked shots at a higher clip, and he wanted a chance to compete at the highest level.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gasol. Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
And the continuity for the Spurs, really, it's pretty amazing. I mean, that trio of Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan, the most successful trio in the history of the NBA.
Now, here's James. From the wing. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. And for the Spurs, their star players have all taken less, Greg, in free agency in order to stay in San Antonio.
Yes, earning bigger markets and bigger paychecks. It's a family atmosphere in the Spurs organization. It's rare to see a single player start and finish his career with one team, much less 3 teammates.
Cleveland gets it back. Williams kicks to Jefferson. The feed now to Fry. 3-pointer. Jefferson's shot is off.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Dedmon. Pass to Anderson. Over to the left wing. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Anderson. 6 points for Aldridge.
Just no chance for the smaller defender to block that shot.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look from mid-range for someone with his size and his touch.
Now here's James. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Williams, that's for 2. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Spurs leading by 5. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
And the officials call a traveling violation. LeBron up top, fires from deep, and that's good. Mo Williams for 3.
How good is King James at spreading the floor, involving everyone on the offensive end?
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Spurs out in front. They lead by 2. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. and one of the most competitive men ever to play this game. Manu Ginobili spoke with us about this year.
Just rely on what happened in the past, then
Well, the fire is still there, but the energy and the ability, guys, to get it done physically, let's face it, at this point, Ginobili's mostly gutting it out.
Still, you know, though, he'll either beat you or go down swinging. Just a tough individual.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
You know, their thoughts coming in were push the ball, get the defense back on its heels, and take advantage.
On the floor for Cleveland getting going here in the second, it's Love and Fry, the sharpshooting big men. Kyrie Irving is out there with Iman Shumpert, and it's Dunleavy in at the small forward spot. Now here's Mills, covered by Irving. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Great teamwork. That's something you develop by practicing it over and over again.
Now here is Irving. 5 points in the game. And how teams are able to work together is the greatest key to success. Doris, you appreciate that. In your eyes, as a player, as a former coach, what makes a good teammate?
I think probably the most important thing is you see a guy who is as excited for their teammates' success as they are for their own, right? It's not just a fist pump or a dap up when they score. It's when the guy next to him scores.
And that's what you enjoyed playing point guard.
Oh, I love that. Listen, for a point guard, it's as good to get an assist as it is to get a bucket.
Interesting. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kyrie Irving is an elite offensive player at his position, but he's trying to improve his focus at the defensive end. He said, I was always that guy getting called out on film. You get tired of it after a while. It's all about effort. You want to be a guy that your teammates trust. Kevin, we know that point guard is one of the most stocked positions in the league. They need Irving to stay locked in.
Definitely a lot of responsibility at that point guard position. They don't get many nights off. Absolutely not. Thanks, D.A. Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Pau Gasol's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Parker's subbed in for Patty Mills. So he gets them both. And the Cavaliers so high-powered offensively. They've done a great job of surrounding LeBron James with shooters.
So I think, Kevin, you and I both know that's how the league is trending. And the Cavs set records last year for three-pointers made in the playoffs. It's become their identity, and as successful as they've been, I don't see that changing.
Irving. And too long on the shot. San Antonio leading. Parker with it. Now Smith defending. Here's Gasol. San Antonio again missing. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And that one's good, Irving.
Building on a solid first quarter performance, he's now taken his offense up several notches.
This all setting the pick for Parker. Right side, Green. To the paint. Takes it from 10. San Antonio again missing. Cleveland's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Smith dishes to Love. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
Yeah, Thompson not really the guy who's going to punish you consistently for sending him to the free throw line.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And the first one at the line is good.
You know, guys, you could make the case that Tristan Thompson has a center's game and a power forward's frame. He put on some weight going into last season in order to spend more time at the 5. That was probably a wise choice. And
so Thompson nails both of them. And Klay Thompson able, Doris, to defend the 4 and 5 spot pretty well.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, you love his ability to be able to bang inside and also move laterally when he's away from the rim. And though he's not a great shot blocker, he gives you just enough rim protection when you play him at the 5 spot.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. The pass to Love. Smith outside. Irving double team. Smith the pass to Love. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Love's got 6.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
There's Parker with the 3. Can't hit that one. So Cleveland will take it the other way. That's a 2 from Smith. A rebound by Gasol.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Green kicks to Parker. Anderson outside to end the run. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got his 6th rebound on the night. For 3, Dunleavy. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now, here's Gasol. Green kicks to Anderson. Just 5 to shoot. Parker dishes to Leonard. From deep 3-point range, and the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's his 3rd foul of the game. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. Cleveland also making some changes. LeBron, he's checked in for Love. Jefferson comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And Mo Williams subbed in for Irving. And the Cavaliers with possession. They're on a 15-4 run. Williams kicks to LeBron. Elbow shot. But they'll get another chance. Williams can't hit. Spurs trail by 9. Parker passes to Green. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Gasol kicks to Green. The dish to Aldridge. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Cleveland's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the 2nd quarter. Back to James. Fades back, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. LeBron's got 5 points so far. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Back to Parker. Good-looking screen by Gasol. 24 seconds left now here in the 2nd. Count it, good.
And the stick-with-it attitude of Gasol, just overwhelming the defense with his length.
And here is James. He has 5. From deep 3-point range, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so that brings the first half to a close. Cavaliers on top as they end the 2nd quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Tyronn Lue. Coach, how do you think the team performed defensively in that first half?
Well, they got to a good start, but then I thought we settled in and started playing a little bit more defense.
Got locked in as the game went on. Thanks, Tyronn. Back to you, Cap.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
First half in the books. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. In the 2nd quarter, they turned on the afterburners, making a big charge to jump ahead and build a 9-point lead for themselves at halftime. What'd you think? And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway.
The 2nd half just about to get going here. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
The 2 E's, efficient and effective performance from him. Not needing a lot of looks to make a huge difference in the scoring column.
And San Antonio has possession. Leonard and Aldridge, the 2 stars at the 3 and the 4. Parker and Green, the tried and tested backcourt. And it's Gasol, and at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the San Antonio 5. Now here's Leonard. Back to Aldridge. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one, good. Aldridge has got the first basket of the 3rd quarter for the Spurs.
Well, Cleveland coach Tyronn Lue, of course, played 11 years in the NBA. Started, came off the bench, won titles with the Lakers, played on the worst team in the league. I mean, that breadth of experience seems to serve him well as a head coach. He's certainly seen enough.
Spurs trail by 7. Out to the wing. Out left to the wing. Gasol with it. Picked up by Thompson. Kicks to Aldridge. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
James misses. And San Antonio shooting reasonably well, 45%. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, we all know about the championships that the Spurs have won, but it's their culture that is admired around the league. Coach Popovich said, I've been fortunate with the guys I've had come through here. My job is pretty easy when people have that character. You don't have to convince them to get over themselves or to feel responsible to each other. It makes it easier to have a team that enjoys playing together. Evan?
All right, D.A., thanks. Being modest certainly is Coach Pop. He chose the players who fit, certainly. And he makes the first. Well, we've seen a lot of players come and go on the NBA, Doris, and for the players that have a great career, what is the common aspect that threads these great players in your mind together?
2 things, talent and work ethic.
Well said. Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Shumpert in there for Smith. Leonard hits them both. And for the Cavs, they've got some roster versatility in their front court. Do you like them with the traditional 7-footer on the inside, or do you think they're better off going smaller?
Well, I think, Kevin, most of their talent is at that power forward position, and they've got 4s with size and strength. They give up a bit of shot blocking with those lineups, but I think the positives outweigh the negatives. Channing Frye, guys, a guy acquired by Cleveland last season at the trade deadline. I think he's been crucial. The ability to space the court at either power forward or center, and on a very reasonable contract.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And Doris, you look at advanced statistics, Channing Frye, a better player than some might realize.
Well, I think, Kevin, rebounding is where he hurts you. Underrated defensively, and of course close to 40% from three-point range. That provides spacing for all of their star talent.
And so he makes both from the line.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Gasol a screen. Parker, right side. He feeds it to Gasol from 11 feet away. And it's good, in the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists in the game. Irving kicks to Shumpert. Cleveland moving it around. James outside. Love wide open. He fires. That shot no good. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Outside Leonard. Parker outside. Good-looking screen by Gasol. 5 to shoot. Parker's shot is off.
He really had no excuse not to make that shot. Hopefully it won't shake his confidence.
Irving dishes to James. There's the pick. Irving kicks to LeBron. Inside. Deflects the pass. Gasol with the steal. Leonard against James. Outside Leonard. Parker drives in, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And now just a 3-point Cleveland lead.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
James wide open. Knocks it loose. Back to Irving. Connects from 3-point range. Irving's got 13 points.
But Kyrie's so confident shooting from beyond the arc. No defense is going to get in his way.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gasol. Kyle Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Jefferson's checked in for the Cavaliers. Williams comes in for Irving. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Dedmon. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Yeah, with the score this tight, someone has to come over and take the charge, or at least contest the shot.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Aldridge's screen. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter of the game. Ginobili with the three. The Cavaliers pull it in.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Williams with a clean look. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got 3 assists tonight. Spurs trail by 8. And Mills kicks to Aldridge. Back to Mills. And the wide open shot from Ginobili. Ginobili can't get that one to fall. And Channing Frye, a 3-point specialist at 6'11". It's a shot he didn't really utilize in earnest until his 5th year in the league.
And think about it, Kevin. It's like he flipped a switch. It's become the staple of his offensive game. And he's a trendsetter in that regard. Very tough to defend that pick and pop at the top of the key.
And here's Mills. Maurice Williams letting it go from 3. Here's Aldridge. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Aldridge has got 4 points in the quarter. Cleveland leading by 9. Williams kicks to James. Inside, Frye. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And the Spurs organization, really the gold standard in the NBA. Greg, they just keep winning.
You have to be impressed with how they've acquired young star talent to kind of carry on that tradition. Usually when teams have their stars retire, they go through that rebuild phase. The Spurs only revamp and reload.
And he knocks down the first one.
And team-wide, they've been terrific from the line here. Just one of those nights when the confidence has spread from one player to the next.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Spurs. And then for Cleveland, Thompson, he's checked in for LeBron. Dunleavy comes in for Shumpert. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Williams. He's off on the second. And last season we had Kobe's retirement, but in the offseason we said goodbye to another legend, the terrific Tim Duncan. You know, Greg, there was talk he might hang it up, and he felt that he didn't have any more in him and called it a career after 19 incredible record-breaking seasons.
Yeah, and Timmy retired in the most Duncan way possible. Just quietly let it happen in the midst of the summer. No farewell tour or any of that. A big hit to the game of basketball to see one of the all-time greats walk away, but arguably one of the best two-way players to have ever played the game.
The three from Mills. Misses the shot. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Cavaliers lead by 10. Live from